Majesties, request the presence of Don Devillin MacPherson to answer the question before him.
Good gentles of the East, comes now before you Don Devillin MacPherson, companion of the Order of the Silver Wheel, companion of the Order of the Silver Rapier, companion of the Order of the Golden Rapier, companion of the Silver Crescent, Baron of the Court. You're good. Thank you, Majesty. Former Consort's Champion of Rapier, and per the request of the Prince, insert joke about docking foxes.
Docking foxes? I need to hear about this. I have an imagination. On occasion, I've been known to fly on canals. Really? Yeah, once or twice. And there's a lot of fur in this group. He's more popular than we are. Made him a clothes. Glove. Prodigal brother. Bad plumage.
Down outside. Wrong row. She didn't even wrong.
Their Majesties request the presence of Master Don Devillin.
You don't need this anymore. Get it off. This to pass on to someone else. There's someone else behind as well.
W. You have an answer to the question we have put before you this day, or a few days ago.
It would be mine.
Excellent.
Do we have a member of the Order of the Chivalry to speak for this term?
Majesties, Your Highness, I am Sir Colin McKinnon, and I would claim that right. Though no blood ties me to him, I would call him kin. For over 20 years, I have known him and watched him grow as a person. I have watched his sword make ravens fat and happy. And I have watched as he grew, and his courtesy and honor reached all. I watched him help those in need and those who just starting out. This man is my brother. This man is a peer. He has faced many trials and many virtues, and he has been tested and tried, and he is worthy. Your Majesties, he is my friend, he is my brother, he is my peer. I would recommend him wholeheartedly to you.
They're a member of the Order of the Laurel who would speak for this person.
Your Majesties, I am Camille Desjardins, and I claim that right. As the illuminator approaches the parchment, they must first consider the project, where the words will fit and what form they will take, the painted elements and how they relate to the words, the range of color and hue and light and shadow that must be carefully chosen to create a true masterpiece. If one of these parts is missing and not carefully considered, the project may fail or be more difficult to complete to the artist's satisfaction. As the fighter approaches the list, they must consider the fight, where they fit in the space in relation to their opponent, how their feet must be placed, and what angle the sword must be held at for optimal advantage. Range of motion and use of the intricacies of the list and weaponry all combine to create the duel. If one of these parts is missing or not carefully considered, the fight will end unsatisfactorily for the fighter. Devillin is an artist with the blade. He considers the space and the timing and the angle of attack in the list as the illuminator considers the space and the color and the flow of elements on the page. He is a force to be reckoned with on the field and a joy to both fight and to observe. Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, honored populace and friends, Devillin is an artist, a fighter, my little brother, and has been my peer for a long time now. And this is a good and right thing you do this day, and I am joyful for it.
Do we have a member of the Pelican?
We do, Your Majesties. I am Baroness Mariette de Bretagne, and it is my great privilege to speak on behalf of the Order of the Pelican today. It is the task of the Pelican to speak of the service of the candidate, but for Don Devillin, I have found myself struggling for words. How can I possibly express, in just a few moments, the array of service this man has given to this kingdom over the past 20 years? I could talk about the numerous fencers he has trained, both in formal student relationships and at local practices. I could talk about his martial service, which he provides and has provided for many, many years. I could talk about the service he provides to the crown as he supports reigns as a guard, and then in the most impossible of circumstances, as captain of the guard to Queen Margarita, where we had the opportunity to work together, where everyone just kind of had to pitch in and do absolutely any task that was asked of us. There is an expression, service with a smile. Anyone who knows Devillin knows that may not be the most apt phrase, but that is only because you do not know how to look at his eyes and recognize the smile therein. And you do not know that when he is asked to do something for anyone, be they a newcomer, a royal, someone on the fencing list, he sets his jaw, he asks what has to be done, and he does it joyfully with his entire heart. Devillin and I have been peers, lowercase p, for a long time now. We're about the same age, we grew up in the same place, we've got Jersey mouths on us. But we also joined the SCA as teenagers, kind of just messing around with the game. And on our journeys to our grant level awards and now towards our peerages, we also were peers on this path. And it is so wonderful that you are here today and I get to do this. Et parce que je sais que tu aimes quand je parle français à toi. Vous êtes mon père. Your Majesties, this man is my peer, and it is a wonderful thing you do this day.
Yes. Is there a member of the Order of the Rose?
Majesties, I'm Countess Natalia Rostropakova, and I have been gifted the privilege to speak as to the courtesy of this vigilant before us. This man is one of the most kindest and patient and gentle people that I have had the honor to call my champion, but more importantly, my friend. There is a thoughtfulness and a mindfulness to the words he chooses when he tries to communicate. I have seen amazing growth, and I am incredibly proud of him. And I think he's courteous as anybody could possibly be. He has kept his cool and counsel through a grueling endurance of earning and being recognized by this order, and elevates them merely by accepting his admittance to it. Thank you. This is a great thing you do today, and I've absolutely considered this man to be my peer for longer than I've been one.
A member of the Order of Defense.
Your Majesties. Hello, everyone. I'm effing Thomas, a member of the Order of Defense.
Hi.
I would love to speak for Don Devillin. And yeah, we're going to go with the jersey. This fucking guy. The Order of Defense speaks to perseverance, and in this case, as is many in our kingdom, it's a low-hanging fruit. The shit that he has had to overcome to get here is insane. And frankly, he has every right to tell most of us in this order that we should go fuck ourselves. It's been a long journey, and like myself, you know, he's had what we'll call mushy bad brain days. He's had those days where, you know, you never know if your body is going to give out and anything is going to break enough that you can't do this again. And he has kicked all of that shit to the curb. And he is here, and he deserves to be among us. And I am so thrilled that he gets to be among us. His voice is going to be one that is very much needed in our order. And I am so glad that after everything that has happened on this road, when we were both ogres, before we were ogres, when I had just first moved here from the mid and I was kind of lost, you have been a person who was here for me, helping guide me, and I appreciate that so much now that you get to be my peer in this order, and we get to try and fix things. So thank you, and thank you, Your Majesties, for doing this.
Their Majesties would summon forth their Order of Defense. And Thomas can turn around.
That was the part where I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to be right back.
Body is hurt.
Is there a collar?
There is, Your Majesties. The silk for this collar was woven by me. The silver was cast by the Honorable Lord Robert McNeil.
It is sexy. Sure you want this?
Is there a cloak?
There is. This was made by Eleanor Gray.
Under the arm or over the back?
Over there.
There's gloves.
These were embroidered by Lady Clolet.
Yeah. For no reason, but it's cool.
Is there a sword hanger?
There is, Your Majesties. This was crafted by the Honorable Lord Condarius.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Really?
Show it. Show it. No. No, no.
All right, show it up. Fox's doctor. And what good is a sword hanger?
Your Majesties,
Hey.
with your permission, may I bring a live blade into your court? Yes, please.
Only if you pointed at him.
For the love for the people, the family that you would defend, we gift you with this. And it is a live skill blade. It is not a fencing blade.
Show.
Let's put that aside. Because I'm told you're okay with it. Would you, so this is the bit that I'm not yet, first time I get to do this time around. And, you don't get to do this part.
I'm handing it to you.
No, I'm just saying.
I really want to slap it,
No.
but I'm not allowed to.
I feel like this order is made a little more complete with you. And I've said this to you before, but I'll say this to the populace. There's going to be somebody who will start in the SEA, who will look for themselves in Devillin and see it, and see themselves and see who they could become one day. And that is what we all hope, is that we can inspire somebody to see a little bit of themselves in us, and that they will play along with us, that maybe they could achieve the things that we have achieved. And I don't think this is the end. I think this is just the beginning. Because your career as a peer is just starting today. Ready?
Challenge. Now you know why I married her.
This is yours.
Now we'll take up this challenge.
Do we have some words for you?
Chaucer's tales tell of a rooster who, high on a dunghill, stood and crew. Chaucer's fox attracted, straight drew nigh, but he failed to catch the cock with his words of flattery. The East's fox, however, his look so divine, knows when not to speak and when it is time to let forth a voice so clear, which strikes in his enemies a terrible fear. His voice rings clearly, loudly, but not as loudly as his deadly cut. Our fox steals his spine and keens his eye. One after the other, his foes die. Friends cheer, each note clearer than the last. Our fox stands forth and holds his love fast. Towards this court, Devillin MacPherson comes apace. Here he is summoned, the East's sacred place. The people spy him, Vivat, they cry. The knights give testimony, their praise high. The laurels call his motions art, and none shall fear that the pelicans shall call him their peer. A rose comes forth with soft words spoken of him. Our fox's eyes, tears fill to the brim. A final word rings out. A master of defense gives a shout. People of the East, can you not see? This one above all belongs with we. How well this game has been a-played. For once all our love has been repaid. In a loving motion well controlled, we, Ionis and Honig, sovereigns so bold, so speak when silence should not be. A master of defense is he. His to keep until eternal sleep. Spread this tale of our imperial will to all. Defy it, and evil shall befall. Done by our hand in this place where we did find our highness hair. Calligraphy by Lady Colette de Avignon. Illumination by Matrice Camille Desjardins. Words by Baron Ryan McWhite.
Good words.
You'd like to swear fealty to?
I know. I'm proud of you, brother. 1993. I was 13 when I met you. I was 12.
Don't say that. Which makes me feel really old.
Honey, you are eternally 25 and gorgeous.
That's right, bitches.
So, let me hear you fucking oath, alright?
I, Devillin MacPherson, being a subject of this realm of the East, and acclaimed as a peer of the society, hereby acknowledge myself most justly bound with my life, land, and goods for the defense and safety of the kingdom, and so acknowledging, I do swear and avow that I shall withstand, pursue, and suppress all such enemies of the realm and other mischievous persons of whatever nation, condition, or degree whatsoever they may be, that intend harm to the kingdom. So help me God and all the saints.
May you take this wisdom to your new order and blaze new path. You hear your oath.
We know it to be true.
Offer you our love, our heart, our home. I'm glad it's us. I'm glad it's you. Be the light. Just be the light.
Thank you.
That's what's necessary in the world.
Thank you, Master.
You have all the dreams.
Thank you. That is true.
Stand up and be recognized.
For Master Devillin! Vivat!